Hello everybody and welcome back to Frostpunk. Here, when we're in a bit of an interesting situation, it's just gone to -70, albeit only for a day, but then it is going to get colder again later on as well. But our resources looking in a bit of a tough situation, but I think we're starting to handle it now, especially with the second automaton on the way. I finally worked out how to build an outpost depot, and I'm going to do so. We'll build it over there. But it will need a road going to it, otherwise we won't be able to use it effectively, so we'll build a road. And this should get us wood every 150 wood every day. We don't need anywhere near that much, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's worthwhile to have the ability to have all that wood, so we can leave the wood that we do get, or we can use the workers that we do have for a different purpose. I think that is important. Just looking at our kind of... Oh, we got something over here. Just looking at our temperature quickly. Everything's okay, ish, inside the heat zone, but as soon as you're outside the heat zone, then it's a problem. 9 people are freezing, which is not ideal. I'm wondering where that is. I don't know if it's in the cookhouse. Let's turn that off. This gathering post is freezing, which I think... That's a resource depot, that's fine. I was trying to see if there's anywhere else which actually is actively too cold to work in. That house will turn off. Some people are actively freezing. I don't know where they live or what their role is, but we'll have to see. I think most of the houses are okay. Gathering post is freezing. Resource depot is freezing. Just trying to make sure everywhere that is actively freezing we're kind of turning off. Because it's going to be too tough for them to keep going in that kind of temperature. Okay. We also have a foreman, exemplary behaviour. Sir, people have found inspiration in their work under the guidance of foreman and have decided to try organising their workplace on their own. Their spirit and motivation are exemplary today. Well done. Foreman, those are the metal workers, aren't they? Yes, they are. Sadly, it's turned off because it's too cold to work there. Not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest, but what can we do? It's only going to be cold for one more part of the day, and then we should be okay. We're waiting for this to be constructed. This this outpost. I imagine we need to start with some people. We have 20 amputees now. So we might want to start thinking about getting these people back to work, but I might wait till all the Londoners are done. Because I don't want to give people... I don't want to give work to people for them only to... Or give... Sorry. I don't want to give kind of prosthesis to people if they're only going to then leave with the Londoners. We also need to have a look at our kind of technology and stuff. Like that. We could do improved heaters, but that costs more coal. But might be useful. I think we do need to think about heating to some extent. Tier 3 calculations, or Tier 3 technologies would be good. That could get us generator range and generator power upgrade. But we need a bit more steel for that, so we might save up. In the meantime, anything else we can do that might be useful? Gathering post installation. That would give us one more level of heat. It's not great, to be honest with you. House installation would be warmer. That might be worth getting because we always need those to kind of keep working regardless. We could get Hunter's Hangar, interesting. Medical post upgrade. Okay, we'll heal people fast. That feels like not a bad tech to be getting, to be honest with you. In terms of Book of Laws, is there anything we need to really think about? Guard stations, we could go for prison. But again, that feels like a slippery slope. Propaganda Centre also feels like a slippery slope. And you know, you've got the nice red and black banners here, which all good propaganda centres and propaganda places have. I think we're probably done with purpose for the most part. So let's go back to adaptation, see if there's anything we can do there. Overcrowding. Our medical facilities should be fully utilised even if we have to put patients on the floor, but that will raise discontent. Extra rations for the ill. New ability to use extra rations to speed up recovery. That might be useful, but our food is a bit of a low resource that we have already. Dueling law, I don't think we want to assign. Child labour, all jobs I've never wanted to sign, to be honest. How do I get the apprentices? Because I feel that might be useful. We need to find out how to do that. It might be under child labour if it's engineer. Hopeful and discontent will rise slightly in child workers to be injured or die in accidents. That feels like a bit of a slippery slope. I think we'll do extra rations for the ill, but we're not gonna. But I don't think we'll use it unless particularly necessary. We also need to move one of our scout teams on because I thought we needed it for our place there, but clearly not. Okay, people are actually, I think, building this thing now, which is good. Helping the sick come in favour as long as we can afford it. Yeah, that's the simple truth of the matter. Because food is a interesting problem. I'm actually going to send these guys home, I think. Yeah, I'll send these guys home. Only 20 hours. I should have really set them going at the beginning. But they've got 99 food, 1 steam core, and 70 wood. It's worthwhile doing. I think I should be able to turn them around should the need arise. Coal balance, we are just a bit under what we need to be, but I'm hoping once we turn everything back on, that will be okay. Food, we are not doing well enough. Food ration is fine. Raw food is still fine, which is good. But we might want to think about getting maybe another hothouse or something similar. We do already have some hothouses, I just think they're too cold for the most part. Let's put some more workers in there. Let's actually just have a look at hothouses in general. So food, hothouse. Yeah, we've got one here which is not on because it's just too cold to work in. Because the weather is 5. Even if we turn on the heater, that still leaves it at freezing, which is just not enough really. But as soon as that hothouse turns back on, that'd be good. We could probably get another heater down over here should we need it. And so I think any new buildings we can build in there, that's fine. The workday is up. We need a lot more steel to get another automaton down, but the problem is it's too cold to go over here and gather said steel. So we could think about another heater over here. How big is the coal? The problem is that even our coal production is hardly ideal. Let's go. Plus 20 steel. I can't remember how big the rings on these things are. Not as big as you might think, that's for sure. Not great. Scouts have reached to test the city. Let's have a look. Explore. The city is modern and meticulously built. A tall tower amidst a constant barrier of lightning, deflecting the incoming snow, but nobody comes out to greet us. Ooh, interesting. Able minds and bodies will prevail over the cold, reads the slogan over the entrance to the Tesla city. Central to a tower shines with the blue glow of the electric discharges, which form a protective dome over the town. But something went wrong here. There are child bodies lying in the streets, and the stench of burned flesh taints the air. We saw lightning streak from the tower, hitting body, leaving a gash in its roof. Risk entering the city. The scouts will try to disable the electrical discharge, or we stay away from the city. We'll give it a go. We've seen nothing at all in our lives, so nothing has ever frightened us as much as blasted lightning. Until we figure out how to switch it off, that is, now we'll be able to establish an outpost here. So we can get steam cores from this outpost. Good. So we can get steam cores, we can get food. I think that will be our next protocol, is to get an outpost over there. Outpost depot. Yeah. We'll see how this goes, and that requires 10 workers, 20 steel and 40 wood for a team. And we can get that, we just need the steel really, so we need to wait for temperature to rise, and then we should be in a better spot to deal with that. We have a lot of people treated at the moment, but thankfully they're in treatment, not kind of just freezing to death out in the cold, because that wouldn't be very good at all. How long do we have? Oh, and we're gonna have to turn that off before it explodes, because otherwise that will be game over, and we wouldn't want that. We've been doing okay recently. We've got another 20% or so. We can probably make it through till morning, but the overdrive is really useful because that gives us an extra 2 heat zones internally, as it were. I think we should be okay. Londoners gain more followers, not up to 70, Jesus. How are we going to survive? What should we do? We are going to turn that off before I forget and accidentally end the game. Generator stress level is critical and people are very cold, understandably. But soon temperatures should rise significantly, and then we should be in a better-ish spot, I would hope. It's not going to be perfect by any means, but it'll hopefully be better. Discontent goes down as the steam rises, and it gets a little bit colder. Not ideal. High risk of falling ill. It's not great, is it? If we turn on the heater, it's still very cold, but I need steel, so they're going back to work. Oh, it's only cold now, that's fine. This gathering post, I can't remember what they're gathering, but they are gathering something. Okay, we'll turn this back on. We'll obviously turn on the heater because it's blooming freezing in there. This hothouse I also want to turn back on, so the heater's on. And we'll resume operation. It's still apparently too cold to work in there. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to dismantle this hothouse and we're going to move it over here. And what we're going to do, hopefully, is set up a steam hub. When we have the steel, we'll set up a new heat zone in this part of the world. That's the idea anyway. In terms of the outpost depot, we need more steel. And we need 10 workers available, which I think we'll have in a second here. Right. We have no workers available. But I'm sure we can find some from somewhere. My concern is that when all these guys leave, then we're in a real issue. We need to send you over to the wall colony. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, the Dreadnought landing. That might be nice, actually. And I suppose I can send you over here. Because it's only 9 hours. Feels like arguably a better thing to be doing. Oh, our food is getting low. Blimey. Interesting. We're definitely getting to a tough spot in this campaign, that's for sure. There's this coal thumper here. I don't want to take people off the coal thumper, that's the problem. Because they're going to be useful, we need them. Put more children in the hothouse. It's going to reduce the efficiency slightly. But I want to be able to set up an outpost for... probably actually for food more than anything, rather than wood. Wood is fine for the most part, I think. Is there a way to see where all my people... oh yes, here we go. 9 workers, 6 workers, 15 workers, 10 workers. We can take some workers off there. No, there's no one to dismiss at the moment, interestingly. Oh, because they're all children. Let me try that again. There's 10 workers in the steel plant, but I want to leave them there, really. Hunter's hut will take... oh, no, but we need the food. This is the problem. We need 7 more workers from somewhere. I don't think we need 5 in the watchtower. So it's going to be rather less efficient, but that's okay. We're up to 7 now. Where else can we grab some people from? Hunter's hut I don't really want to take people away from. I'm going to take some people off there, because we have a few spare engineers who aren't doing anything at the moment, so they can go do that. And I'm going to send some people out to the outpost team. I think instead of the wood, which I was originally going to do, I'm going to send them out here to set up an outpost for food. And that way we shouldn't need to worry about food anymore. And all our hunters' huts and our hot houses can focus on doing something else. And I think that is the best use of our first outpost team. I would probably like to get another one, but we just need to wait and see how that goes. We do actually have quite a few Steam calls at the moment, which I'm quite happy about. So I don't think we need more at the moment, but we may do in future. The temperature will drop again, so we need to do the best we can in the time we have. These guys are nearly back with wood and food, which is good. And then I'm going to send them back out, probably back the way that they came, I think. This is now decreasing, which is good. How's our economy looking now? Are we back to a positive coal output? Yes, we are. But once it gets colder again, that's not going to do particularly well. Okay, the sick recover 10% faster at medical posts. Excellent. Very good indeed. Let's now think about what we need to do next. 100 wood and 50 steel. It's going to take us a while to get to 50 steel. It might be worthwhile. We can build infirmaries, which might be better. A steam heated infirmary with 10 beds. The sick are treated faster than a medical post, and the gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. We can also give them insulation, which is good. But I think I really want to go for mechanical calculators. We're going to need the higher level of tech. I think that's just the way that we need to look at things. So we need a lot more steel. Scouts have returned back. Excellent. Let's send them straight back out on... I was about to say campaign, but I suppose it is a campaign of sorts, isn't it? Okay, they're over there. There's a frozen grove here. Small grove of trees. I'm going to actually send people out... I'm actually going to send them out to the Shrouded Cave because... It's going to take them bloody ages, but because we are likely to lose some people to the Londoners, we're going to need to kind of sort things out, and that will be a useful way of doing things. I was thinking about, why don't we have any raw food storage? And I realised we live in a frozen wasteland, so it's fine. These, I think, guys are just about okay to go in to work. Because we need to make use of time when it's not terribly awful, as it were. This cookhouse is probably still too cold to work in, I would imagine. If we turn that back on, is that too cold to work in? Yeah, it's still too cold to work in, isn't it? So we'll turn off the heater. Okay. I'm actually happy because we have... Because if we do get this outpost set up, it means that we can focus the people that we have here on other jobs. This cookhouse, our food rations are full. It's a problem I never thought I'd have. But given that we're going to have some more resources coming in soon... How many other resources? Oh, it costs 20 steel, that's the problem. But I think I will grab it nonetheless, just so we can have food rations up. I don't think we need it for the raw food, but for the cooked food it will be important, I think. At least that's the plan. We have another issue here. The Automaton Project. Fundamental research. Sir, an engineer is asking for a day off to study an automaton closely. The can't speak today. The automatons can be improved. They may be the pinnacle of our technology, but if we learned how to make them, we know how to make them. We are making them. We can surely learn how to make them better. If I take a closer look at any machine, I can adjust it to improve its performance. Why should it be any different with them? Carry on with the project because that is useful and actually worked last time. And there's only one engineer in the grand scheme of things to hopefully make the automatons a great deal better. That is important. As soon as we have 20 steel, which we have done, we're going to get another resource depot down. To me, the resource depot doesn't really need to be somewhere warm, so we'll just chuck it down there. We are now out of steel, unfortunately. That's okay. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of the people would want to join the Londoners. I don't think you can like retroactively change it back. That's the problem. Some people are cold at home. Are we still, in terms of houses, we're still, a lot of people are still in tents, aren't they? Yeah, still a lot of people in tents. They're chilly. We probably do with bunkhouses, but that does require steel for ourselves. I'm just trying to think, because we do have quite a few bunkhouses now, and it does mean that they're livable, which is very nice. These tents, however, are still chilly. Not awful, but you know, it's still something that we need to work on for sure. How are these guys doing? I'm actually going to boost them up again. I think I'll probably be just permanently boosting the foreman to ensure they constantly have the steel they need. I don't want to do emergency shifts because I don't think that's worthwhile, but I do want the extra steel. Because I don't think we found the steel outpost yet, have we? We found Tesla, so we found the steam cores, the food, the wood. Maybe the Dreadnought landing is going to be the metal one. We'll have to have a look. Actually, there's not a coal one yet, is there? But there might be. So once this team gets to the Shrouded Cave, we'll go past the Frozen Grove on the way back unless it looks too dangerous to go to. But we'll have to see. The Dreadnought team are about to make it, which is nice. See how things go from there. But my hope is that before we look at the Dreadnought, my hope is that these outposts don't have any issues with the cold, and so then we can just huddle down. The automatons can gather what they can from the coal, and then we just ride out the coal periods, which I know they're only going to get worse and worse, but still. They made it to the Dreadnought. Oh, hang on, let's go back. The Dreadnought landing. A huge ship has been dismantled here, only its massive keel plates remain under the ice. Rail tracks lead south. We might give us steel, steam cores, and wood. Let's give it a go. We found a piece of the hull plate. Oh, that's a cool image. We found a piece of hull plate bolted to a boulder. It's engraved with the following inscription. In the year 1886, the American expedition aboard the Hepatitis landed here in search of a haven from the global glaciation. May God preserve the souls of the fellow countrymen who perished on the way aboard our sister ship, Prometheus. So we can get 106 steel. Oh, excellent. 1 steel and 1 steam core and 135 wood. We have also discovered a research station and an ice corridor. Okay, let's have a look at these. Research station, an oddly shaped building bristling with various antennas and instruments. Looks like some kind of research facility. Or the ice corridor. A wide lane of crushed ice extends along the shore as far as the eye can see, obviously left by the American Dreadnought. Let's go there next. Because if I send them all the way back and all the way back out, it's going to take too long. I just hope they don't die in the process. That's my only real hope. When we get to minus 60 degrees, I'm not sure how that's going to go, but the Londoners leave in 2 days, 17 hours, which is going to be about when the temperature drops. So that's going to be a kind of crunch point there, which I'm not really looking forward to. But we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, workday has ended, at least for some people. And I'm going to give this the food ration specification. I don't think we need it at the moment, but we will eventually. Really, the resource depot we could have much further out, so I might end up moving it somewhere else. But at least now the 2 main things, food and... If people can't get heated, they're going to die, and if people can't eat, they're going to die. If we don't have steel and wood, well, it's unfortunate, but we can still survive, at least for the time being. This outpost depot, I'd like to get another team down, but that requires more workers that we don't really have. So we'll have to see how that goes. But my hope is that once we get this... Actually, if we get this food team set up, we do have a lot of workers that we can then move to other jobs, like the wood, like the food. You know, we can stop food production here if we're getting food externally delivered from the outpost team. So I think that's hopefully the plan. We'll just have to see how that goes. Medical posts we're doing roughly okay. I'm just going to pop another engineer in there so it's at full kind of capacity to help. We do have some temporary modifiers, but they'll go down pretty soon. We do have bad food in cold home. Are we still eating soup? Cookhouse. It's slightly hard. The one thing I would say about this game is that it all kind of blends together. Some of these, sometimes it all blends slightly together. We're still on soup. I think we can go back to standard meals, and that should help with our discontent even more. I think that's fine. We'll move them back to that. And I also want to have just a quick look at the care home as well, the care house. Because that, yeah, the care house is already full. And that gives them half rations. I'd like to get another care home down. My concern is there's not space in any of the heated zones. Oh, actually there's space over here, sorry. I don't know if that's going to be inside the zone though, that's the problem. We'll put it there and then we'll just build a street in. I'm trying to build this incredibly inefficiently. But I think we might just need a second care house, potentially just to... Because we have 20 MPTs at the moment, but that's only going to get larger as time goes on. So if we could just sort that out, that would be good. Before it becomes concern. Although I would like to start giving people some prosthesis as well. I could put you on an emergency shift, but I don't think... Is that worthwhile doing? We have metal, but it's far away. Oh, I possibly shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to get more people on metal for a 24-hour shift. It's only temporary. Build the outpost, please. Since it brings 100 raw food to our city every day. Excellent. So straight away that should... Does that come into effect straight away? 100 raw food arrives every day. So we are going to turn off all our food production then. So all our... I think we can only have one hothouse at the moment. So we're going to dismantle that. Because it's also this, apart from anything else, this also gives us space as well. 30, 20, 20. Okay, we might leave one hunter's hut on, I think. So we'll turn this one off. We'll turn this one off. And we'll leave one hunter's hut so we're making a positive outcome. Excellent. That's going to free up some workers to do some other things. 45 workers now. Wonderful. Let's get another outpost team created. I can only support one, I see. Oh, interesting. Can I build another outpost depot? I think I can only build one, I see. Presumably, actually there might be a tech which allows me to do more. Which is probably an exploration. Faster outpost teams? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Faster is useful, but we'll have to see. Interesting. Still, this does leave people free to do some other stuff for the time being. 45 workers, and especially as we're about to lose about 70 workers, this is going to be incredibly useful, I think. Coal pile here, there's also a coal pile there. We do have people collecting. How are coal thumpers doing, by the way? And how's this gathering post doing? Can definitely take another worker. Currently this doesn't have any more coal in it for the time being, so the automaton's not really doing anything. But as soon as there's more availability we will do so. There's also this wood crate over here, there's only 58 of them. And steel wreckage. We'll send them out. We'll send them out to gather something for the time being, then we'll do something of use. And there is a coal... Can we build a coal mine yet? We may not have even researched that. We've built the coal thumper. What do we need for the coal mine? Because we might need it pretty soon, to be honest with you. Coal mining, that's the one. Exchange of 240 coal per standard workday. Underground deposits. We will research that. Even though I don't particularly want to, I think it's the better thing to do. But we've now given ourselves some space to work with, which is good. I think we will build a few prostheses. No, I'm going to wait for the Londoners to leave before we do that, I think. And my hope... if these scouts survive, that'd be good, because then they've got a good amount of steel on them, which we can use to get a third automaton, or maybe some more housing, kind of infrastructure based. We followed the wide corridor of crushed ice that the American Dreadnought, the USS Hepatitis, left in its wake. We marvelled at the thick slabs of ice that had been crushed and swept aside by the American Dreadnought. Soon we might be able to learn how it accomplished such feats. We can see a huge silhouette in the distance, which might be its sister ship, Prometheus. The one where everyone died. There are no signs of life. I feel like they're going to die if they go to the Dreadnought, but I feel like it's going to take too long for them. How long is it going to take for them to go back? If I send them back within 24 hours, I'm not willing to lose the resources they have, the wood, the steel. I'd rather get them home. Those 3 steam cores, but also the steel, will be incredibly useful for us. So I think that's what we're going to do in the grand scheme of things. We'll speed forward time. See how things go from here. In terms of our Londoners are getting more followers, they're up to 72 now. It's not great. Not great at all. Let's just have a look at our economy. Coal balance is actually not going well now, but we're getting a coal mine down, so that should help. Food production we are going to be perfectly fine on, I would think, for the time being, especially when people leave. The Londoners, which they will do. Oh, that's not good. Someone's just died. Death of an overworker. One of our people died during emergency shift. We don't know what happened, but it was likely a heart attack. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. End emergency shifts for today, or we must make sacrifices to survive. We are ending the emergency shift. All emergency shifts currently in progress will end. Hope will rise slightly. An adult died. We have metal coming in. We can't afford to let it go down. These places now actually freezing. So we're gonna take these workers off there. It's not safe enough for them to work there. That was unfortunate. That sawmill we for some reason turned off. Let's turn it back on. Because actually I don't think wood is the main priority for our outpost team. I hope we can get another one from somewhere, but we may not be able to. We may just have to kind of balance it out between the two. But if we can fill up on food, then we could probably think about moving that outpost team elsewhere. We'll have to have a think. But as soon as that steel is back, that'll be very useful indeed. 100 food will come in soon, and that is going to really buy us some time in terms of workforce and many other things. So I am happy that we've got the outpost set up. Speed up time a bit, and we have our first delivery of food. How about that? Excellent. Very happy to see that, and that's going to cook us food. More people are getting frostbite, not ideal, but hey ho. And I guess the outpost team goes back out, don't they? Oh, what do I do there? Test subject needed. Sir, the engineer working on the automaton project is back. He wants to borrow an automaton. I'm close to breakthrough. I just need an automaton for a day, and I believe I'll be able to propose scientific modifications or specific modifications that will raise their performance permanently. Do it, but please don't destroy it. If you destroy it, I'm going to send you out to die in the cold. Because we need that. We need that place. We need that automaton as well. We can't afford to lose the automaton. So just have a look at our food economy, make sure I haven't done something incredibly stupid. No, we're fine. Food rations, we're making a positive net, that's fine. Coal mining has been researched, excellent. Let's get a coal mine down. There's a couple of coal mines here. Yeah, coal mine. Doesn't require a steam core, that's okay. We'll build it here, because then we can build a street nearby. Like this. There we go. Should now be connected. Streets under construction. again, that extra coal will be needed. And if we need another steam, if we need some more space for heat, we'll put another steam burner down here, and that can be our kind of next heated area. But I think that will do it for today. Interesting. We've made some progress. We finally get our food kind of team up and about, but problems are still occurring. People are dying. Resources are still stretched, and the temperature is only going to keep falling. But thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.